Hello, vinyl community. It's been a little while since I've done an update. I've got a lot of new music that I wanted to share out. Decided to cut out the introduction because it may take a little while and I don't want this video being longer than it needs to be. So, just got back from vacation, visiting family down in Florida. Was able to visit record store that I go to usually once or twice a year when I get to go down. Um, it is Wax Records in Vero Beach, Florida. So if you're ever down on the East Coast and you want to pop in, for those of you that are like me, more into the heavy metal, you're not going to find a whole lot. I mean, of course, you'll find your Aussies and your Maidens and AC/DC, but the more obscure stuff, not likely to find there. But I never walk out without getting some good stuff. And actually, this time I got. I didn't get a big score from them, but what I got, I'm happy with. So let me start off with that, and then I'm gonna share out a larger, pretty big package that I got from my buddy in Florida that arrived sometime last week, but just got it in my hands this morning and was able to open it up. So let's start with Wax Records, and so I picked up two UCDs, got my hands on Leatherwolf's, I believe their third release, Street Ready. Been wanting this one on record, but it is Leatherwolf's not the easiest band to come by. I would imagine when folks find their stuff, they grab it. So this was on Island Records, and this was 1989 release. So I've not listened to this yet, but I do have their first one on record. Next up, I got a used copy of Love Hate, their second full length, Wasted in America, and I did get to listen to this on the ride home. It was my first listen. I do have their first one on CD. It's kind of hard to judge. I would say I like their first one a little bit better, maybe a little bit more hard hitting, but this one had some variety to it. Not a bad album. So those were the two CDs. Now vinyl, I got two new. So this is a used, and this is a obviously Blind Guardian, one of my favorite power metal bands, German band, The Forgotten Tales, which is a comp of cover songs. I guess it's B-sides and some more acoustic versions. I've got this on CD. I love it. The Lord of the Rings version, the Bard song in the Forest. What's the other? I know there was a Mordred song, and then you got some kind of just fun Mr. Sandman fun covers, Beach Boys, Barbara Ann. This one's got In La Gata Da Vida. There's a few tracks on this that were not on the CD version that I have. So this is just black, standard black vinyl, gatefold. Glad to have this one in with my other Blind Guardian records. Next up is one that I've wanted to pick up for a while now, and it's a release on Music on Vinyl, which you all know I love. It is limited to 1,000 on silver. I'm not going to open this one up, but I did listen to it this morning, and it sounds fantastic. Number 833, two records. And yeah, I don't have a lot of Corrosion. I've got some of their earlier stuff, but I haven't been keeping up with them. I did get their second to last one, not their newest, but this is awesome. Love it. We'll definitely be giving this quite a few spins in the near future. So again, this is In the Arms of God. So this is a repress that originally pressed 2005, and I think this was released just maybe 1 or 2 years ago. And that brings us to another used. Actually, you know what? I take that back. This was not used. This was in a bargain bin. So I'm not sure what it would originally have gone for, but I got it for under $20, more than 10 and less than 20. And it is Moonspell 1755, which is apparently a story based on historical, I guess, either hurricane or a tsunami, maybe both, because well, tsunami is usually what, earthquake. So, but this is apparently something that took place, I guess, in Portugal and Spain. And yeah, got it for $17. It is a single record, black again, but I listened to Moonspell way back when they started off, and had a few of their albums on CD and got rid of them years ago. And I picked up one of their I forget the name of it. I picked up one of their mid-period ones, and this one seems to get some pretty good reviews online. So I give, we'll definitely give that a spin and see if I like it. So that's of course kind of gothic metal. All right, moving to the package. My buddy Joe Pangallo in Florida. I've been buying records off of him for 6 or 7 years now, and a lot of what I've got back here is stuff from him. He does a great job of packing stuff up. Everything shows up in pristine condition. Of course, a lot of the stuff I get from him is used, but it's some of what I'm about to show is not used. It is new. So I'm going to start off with an Aussie unofficial release. I'm not going to use the B word to describe it. I have not looked at this yet, so I'm going to open it up real quick so we can have a peek at the track listing on the back, and also to see what color the vinyl is. It is a double, and it does appear to be a translucent yellow with some black swirl, at least the disc A and B. We'll see if the other one is the same, and yes, it is. Put that aside. And this was released from Evil Dead Records. It is, let's see, it's got Rock and Roll Rebel, Bark at the Moon. So yeah, I would say this was from the Bark at the Moon tour. It does say that, December 6th, 1983. And then there's also, I believe, side D is Live at the Ritz, New York, September 27th, 1982. So we're getting a little bit of the Bark at the Moon tour. I'm not sure if that 82 was Diary of a Madman, but we definitely got Jakey Lee playing on this one, and share the track listing there. Unofficial Ozzy that I've gotten in the last few months. The last one, I wasn't super thrilled with the quality, the sound quality of the recording, but I'm hoping this one will be better. Now, those of you out there, maybe somebody who's watching this will be able to give me a little bit of information about this release. It's Merciful Fate. It's Melissa. I'm familiar with Melissa. I've got it on vinyl. I have it on CD. But I had never seen this before. It's got a OBI. It says limited edition, Merciful Fate, 1983. I know this release wasn't from 1983, but from what Joe told me, this was meant to be the original cover. I don't know what the story is behind the cover changing. Here's the insert. It's got the lyrics. No information about this particular version of it. And I'm guessing that this is just a remake of the original insert. Let's go ahead and look at the vinyl. A little bit of static there, and it looks like a silver splatter with maybe some black. So as far as I can tell, it is just the original song. So we've got 4 tracks on side 1 and the 3 tracks on side 2. In the back. So yeah, if anybody knows where this was pressed, I mean, nowadays, just because it has an OBI, it doesn't mean that it's from Japan or from Korea. I think most of the OBIs are Japanese pressings. I'm not sure where this was pressed, and I don't see a date on the part of the cover I can see. So if you know anything about that, please share in the comments. Now, Joe also throws in freebies, and so he gets his hand on some pictures, promo ads like that one right there, and this was one that he threw in. King Diamond. I would imagine that's Merciful Fate era, based on the nun in the picture. All right, moving into something that has not been opened yet. So I wasn't sure whether or not I was going to open that, but if I can get my hands on a tool to open, I'll do so here. Root around a little bit. I don't know, maybe not. I don't have a knife handy, but next up is a repress of Saigon Kick. This is a record store day release, Black Friday. The Lizard, released in 2021. The original pressing is 1992, Florida hard rock. I guess you could throw them in heavy metal, but more hard rock. They're probably more well known for their ballads. Let's see, no, I feel the same way. Love is on the Way and All I Want. And I've had this on cassette, I've had it on CD. Wanted to grab a copy on vinyl. It is Reptilian Green Marble, 2,500 copies. So not super limited, but happy to have that one on record. Okay, next we got a Saxon, which I had failed to get in my hands prior to this recent purchase. Love this cover. I've not heard any of the material on this later day Saxon release. Red vinyl, which I believe was a standard for this one. It was released on, give me a moment here to look at the back. I thought it was silver something. Silver Lining Records. Insert. And this one was 2017. So any Saxon fans out there, I'm sure you're familiar with this one. I don't have much. Actually, I don't have any of the Saxon that came after this. So I've been kind of going back. I don't have their self-titled first one, but I think I've got just about everything after that, up to probably 2010. So now I'm going to start working on some of their later stuff. All right, now I'm going to start getting into some records. Joe tries to reach out to bands that maybe haven't had a big push. Maybe they have a bunch of stock of their records. As he can, sometimes there's signatures, there's freebies that the bands throw in. So this next one is a band some of you might be familiar with, Skull Fist, out of Toronto, Canada. I was going to say California, but Toronto's in Canada. And this is a traditional heavy metal, maybe a little bit of speed metal band. I remember seeing this cover online. And this was originally released in 2022. Now, this was pressed, I guess, originally pressed by the band, self-released, and then it was re-released on Atomic Fire Records. Well, Joe got his hands on some of the original pressing from the band, and on the back, the bottom, it says limited to 100, self-released, and it was released, I believe, in color, and also Static's got it wedged in there pretty good, but this one's just the black vinyl, and it was limited to 1,000, both the black and the color, and it is signed by, I believe, at least one of the band members. So I've never listened to this album before. I know they've got some other records. Look forward to hearing that one. All right, next up, I've got two from this band. Another band this band I was not familiar with. Another Toronto, Canada band. And this one's just traditional metal. It is Thunder Ore. So you got the word Thunder, OR. At the end, this is their Fire It Up, their first release. This one was released in 2022, and you can see the band signed the cover, 3 members of the band. We've got it's like a reproduction or maybe an original promo poster for not sure, East Coast Music Awards 2025 Festival and Conference, probably in Canada. And then we've got the record, which I believe this one is a purple, reddish purple. And give me a moment here, we can see the guys. That is a drawing of the band members. And you can see their names there. So, new band for me. Was not familiar with them prior to Joe sharing that band with the guys that purchased from him, guys and gals. And next up, another Thunder Ore. This one is the new one, Believe for It. I believe is their second release. This one is 2026. And again, you can see signed by the band members. I would imagine it's the same 3 guys. We have a poster, which should look a little familiar because that was the back. I believe the same artwork from the back of the prior album. This one is a different color. This one was limited to 100 gold, solid gold. And Joe was nice enough, and the band also, to throw in a shirt, and it is a large. Yay. So I don't have to cut the sleeves off. Those mediums and smalls don't fit as well as the large, so that's cool. And so yeah, those are the main ones. Now Joe's also been getting his hands on some just rock, hard rock, progressive rock records used from a seller that he got. And so the next few records I'm going to show, I was able to pick up for either $3 or $5. The first one is Atlanta Rhythm Section, Dog Days. Familiar with the band, but I've never heard this particular album. So, you know, these have a little bit of wear to them, but this one I believe was $5. And I've gotten a few other Atlanta Rhythm Section from Joe, and they play just fine. Usually the records are in at least VG plus, if not better condition. Next up, another band I have a few albums from. Foghat, Night Shift. This one, 1976. So, looks like it was a cutout. That one, $3. A Southern rock band from here in America, Henry Paul Band. This is the second released by Feel the Heat, and Henry Paul went on to form Black Hawk in the 90s, which was kind of like a Southern rock country band. Pretty good. Got to see them live sometime in late, I don't know, or maybe the early 2000s. Black. And a very awesome not hard rock, just rock and roller blues guy. Anybody into the blues knows Johnny Winter. And I've got tons of Johnny Winter in my collection, just not anything live. So this is Captured Live by Blue Sky. And just looking at the guys there, seeing if I recognize any of the other. Randy Joe Hobbs I'm familiar with. And it looks like it's a full length, not one of those short little 3-song jobbies or 4 songs. And you know, this one has some tape around the edges. This collector apparently threw tape on, but other than that, it's in really good condition. And then Joe threw in a freebie, a band I don't have anything from, but I am familiar with them. Slightly embossed cover. Bachman Turner Overdrive, Not Fragile. So you can see there's a little wear on that one. Somebody's name on the back. So haven't had a look at the record yet to see. We'll see if there's an inner sleeve. And no, this one's probably gonna take some cleaning to play. We'll see. So there you go. See, we're on 20 minutes. And that's it. I've got some other stuff I could show, but I've got more stuff coming in, so I'll probably do another update sometime in the near future. But if you've gotten 20 minutes into this, thank you. Comments, questions, yeah, if there are any of those bands I showed that I wasn't familiar with, if you know anything about them, please leave some comments. Until next time, again, thank you for watching. God bless. Keep the music loud and the record spinning. Thanks for watching Final Vengeance.